Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to continue eating streak here in the Binding of Isaac Victa Afterbirth Plus series. Thank you, everybody, for the support this past weekend. It has been an amazing birthday weekend. Seriously, the best of all time. Thank you all so much for those of you who decided to come out and join the Twitch Mosh Pit. It was an unbelievable stream, an unbelievable weekend. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you this time by Slinger2K. True heroes indeed. Today's run, Charge Baby and Mega Blast. Obviously coming from the Isaac's Heart run. I mean, it's true. I am not ashamed to admit that we would have absolutely lost the streak if it weren't for Mega and Charge Baby giving us all that power. Okay, so today is going to be 2 Sierra Hotel Juliet, 8 Sierra Whiskey Whiskey. You have to forgive my voice. My voice is completely shot from today's stream, and I'm also recording this at a very late night, so I'm going to be a little bit closer to the microphone than normal. Now, let's talk about this start here, because obviously it's already kind of spicy. 1 HP is not great at all. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's also not great. Luckily, we do have an associated damage up to compensate for the fact that we only have 1 HP, which means that we're going to have to stay safe and try to secure some early HP here from like a Soul Heart like that. Obviously, the Lover's card doesn't matter because, well, 1 hit from a champion and we literally just die. So, or I can just do that as well. That's fine. Yum Heart also gives us a little bit of a heal. So, top priority, getting a bomb and getting a Soul Heart from a Tinted Rock. That's #1 top priority. Our tears rate is adequate. Our DPS is very good. Our shot speed is terrible. 0.76 is god awful. So we need to get that under control. You cannot move too fast in this room. We also started with Nightlight, by the way, which is going to give us a light that we can point in any direction. Not the type of bomb I was talking about, game. We need a usable bomb for me. Not for you, but for me. And essentially, you have to treat this like a Judas start. Now, our damage is better than we would have with Judas, and our movement speed is actually pretty adequate. That's huge. Petrified Poop could be massive here. There's a sentence out of context for you. Sissy! Never mind. We're gonna be just fine, Sissy. Hello, little Sissy. I couldn't give you the full cheer because it's so late at night. As luck would have it, we don't have a Soul Heart in our store, so we have to hope that our luck pays out. But we got Sissy, so we know it's gonna be okay. Look at that. We even get a second bomb so we can get this one. I tell you what. Who needs anything else when you got Sissy? Little Sissy long legs. Everyone knows her. Everyone loves you. And even if you don't love her, she loves you. And that's okay. Sissy's going to give us a Attack Spider and Attack Spider every couple of seconds or so. Right there. And just remember, she loves you. And she loves doing damage for us. And those spiders are not going to be... That's not neglectful damage that she's doing. We actually really could use something like Sissy. Now, admittedly, Sissy's not a perfect upgrade for us. Obviously, stats would have been nice, but it could be a lot worse. We could have gotten a useless spacebar item or just nothing in our item room. That does happen from time to time, but instead we got little Sissy. And the burst damage from her spiders are going to be very, very important in fights that we have adds, especially one like Ragman. There you go. So you see that little brief... That really, really subtle but important stutter step that I did towards Ragman when he shot the homing shot on us. It slows it down enough to where it's not going to have that really weird acceleration going towards us, which is always important, especially given the fact that we have, like, you know, not a whole lot of range thanks to our terrible shot speed. Sissy, I love the hustle. Keep it up. You're doing great. How many people are still cheering that Sissy? The Sissy was our first item in the item room. Look at that. Huge damage by Sissy. Sissy executing Ragman there at the very end. And we get HP here, which is going to give us a trinket, which I won't be taking. It is worth it for us to at least check the other rooms here. Since it is early. Oh, good. Well... This is about the worst thing that we could have ran into was a mini-boss, but my point is that we should be looking for other rooms because we have the Petrified Poop. Petrified Poop is also going to be very, very good at getting us through this early, scary stage here. Although, again, with our HP sorted, we're not 1 hit from death right now, which is good. And you're seeing your little sissy putting in the work. Careful with her. She's a hero. Look at that. Sissy just throwing out the spiders left and right. Taking care of business for us, Sissy. You're doing great, Sissy. So again, to my point, I think it is important for us to go check the rest of the rooms here. You never know what you're going to find. And early on, when you're sort of lacking in a lot of areas, it's usually okay to make it a little bit longer. Because look, I mean, boss rush is never really it's never really that useful in the regular run-of-the-mill runs, you know. We end up getting 2 keys and a bomb out of that, which is going to be good. Secret room's probably right here. Could be south of there, too. This is the most likely spot first. If it's not there, then it has to be here. I can't see it being anywhere else. Except we don't have a bomb, so... Joke's on you, game. Alright, but we got Sissy. Alright, so we did get HP on the first floor. Obviously, it's not ideal, but... You know, it's whatever. We're just working with the tools that we... I mean, I have no other insight to offer, really. Other than that, you know, I guess it could have been an item that we wouldn't want, like experimental treatment, which has been showing up a whole lot lately for some odd reason. And you see me here trying to slow down the swarm of flies just to buy us a little bit of time. Now, unfortunately, Sissy only spits out a spider one at a time, and that's all that she can have. That's her limit. So we have to try to get these spiders. It's once per room, I should say. So we're going to try to get those spiders to be used as often as possible, because as soon as that one is expired, Sissy will spawn another one. And that really, really ups the pain and ups the DPS that we can throw out in any particular room. And it may, I know what you're thinking. You might think that I'm putting a little bit too much importance on Sissy, like she's the greatest thing in the world. She's going to be pretty integral on a run like this. This is a perfect time to showcase how important it is to have a decent, or even, like, you know, the best follower with you. Even these little subtle little hints of damage here and there that she can throw out with the attack spiders are a pretty big deal. It's not negligible damage. Attack spiders do quite a bit of our base damage, and that's just going to get more and more powerful the stronger that Isaac becomes. So, you know, Sissy's going to scale up with our strength, which is the reason why she should be mentioned quite a lot as a viable strategy. And on top of that, look at her. She's just so cute. She's wandering around, you know, checking on everyone, making sure they're all staying in line. If they don't, out comes the attack spider. Next thing you know, you got yourself a clean room. Look at that. Sissy knocking them down for us, left and right. Now we're going to open up the champion last, because this is the green champion that I believe splits, but I always get the green ones confused. And there's always inevitably the one person who always corrects me on it. Yeah, the one with creeps don't split. It's the other one, the other one. Got a big nickel there from the poop pile, thanks to the petrified poop. We're going to be looking for the item room, which we just found. Movement speed definitely needs a little bit of love as well. Yeah, we played a lot of games today for the second part of the birthday stream. Domino was the big one, and I went into esports casting mode as usual. This bomb is actually more important. Well, I guess not. I mean, you could convince me either way. You could convince me that it was worth spending a soul heart to pick up the crystal ball, especially given the fact that it does give you a soul heart if you're lucky. If you're unlucky like me, then it doesn't. But you could, like, what I was going to say is this bomb is more important than getting the soul heart back because it's guaranteed that we're going to get the soul heart back eventually. Whereas the bomb, we don't know what we're going to need the bomb for yet. Had to preemptively turn the nightlight up because I knew that the other side of the room was coming towards us. You can kind of see here with the graphics on the nightlight, it doesn't actually hit where it shows. It's a much smaller cone than what the game leads on your area of effect is for the slowing field. So you got to be careful about that. More often than not, you're not going to experience a room like this, especially the scenario where you happen to have the nightlight. But just be aware that just because the light is pointing in the direction does not necessarily mean, even if they're illuminated, unless they're like more in a narrow cone in front of you, it's possible that they may be illuminated by the nightlight, but still are not affected by the slowing field. So keep that in mind, in case, just in case. Don't always rely on just one item. Very lucky to get another nickel here, 25 cents, which is very, very good. I got stuck against the pots. Luckily, we didn't take a hit. Sissy, help us. Sissy did some damage on the red champion, which is exactly what we need her to do. Help us out, Sissy. All right, she's got a spider. Unfortunately, Sissy doesn't control where the spiders go. I wish she did, but getting a soul heart here would be awesome because that would allow us to take a devil deal and possibly 2 devil deals without actually, like, you know, dying. Still very, very keen to find the store, obviously. Here it is. This is actually a dangerous room here. There's a lot of champions. I don't know why we have so many freaking champions, but save us, Sissy. SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out a Sissy, yes. Save us a key here. The Hermit. Hot take, I'm not going to use a bomb to re-roll this, because we can only afford 1 premium item anyway. We can go down to 22 cents and still get 1 full-price premium item, 1 half-price premium item. But instead, I'm just gonna buy the soul heart here. I was really hoping it was gonna roll, but now I'm gonna use the bomb. And this really isn't worth. It's not really worth. Yeah, I think what we do is we cut bait here. We get a temperance machine. Okay. So it's not over yet. We might be able to get 1 more premium item out of here. But when I talk about premium items, I'm talking about 15-cent items. Okay, let's slow our roll for now. I know that there's more red hearts on this floor. But let's find out what we get from the boss first before we go any further. Super secret room's right there. What are we hoping for? Shot speed. Shot speed and damage and movement speed. Really, growth hormones or just an all stats up would be great. Growth hormones would be awesome, even though growth hormones do not give us shots. Does not give us shot speed. It will give us movement speed and damage. You doing great, Sissy. Keep it up, Sissy. There's basically no way we weren't going to take a hit there. I was expecting to jump. Alright, 12 minutes after 2 floors, and we get yet another HP upgrade. That's good. Or Babylon and the Goat Head. So Goat Head at least is going to help us out and get us some extra devil deals, which is exactly what we need on a run like this, because this run is... Well, let's face it, this run's the greatest run of all time. We got little Sissy. I'm going to go pretty hard on this blood bank here. Invicta, go get the red hearts! I've already forgotten where they are. Kind of over it already. We don't need blue map if we have the crystal ball. I mean, I'm glad that you like Mom's trinket box, but okay, Mom's key is absolutely worth losing another soul heart for. And that's where we will cut it. Good. So we're leaving with a fantastic item here in Mom's Key. We also have the Whore Babylon buff activated because we're only on half of a red heart. Don't be lazy like me, though. Don't be lazy. Go back and go get those red hearts. You'll thank yourself for it. And curse the XL. We have Guppy's tail. Okay. Is the dream real? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Little Sissy has blessed us. Now, unfortunately, us getting 9 lives ruins Whore Babylon. Curse of the Labyrinth is doubly annoying because we have Goat Head. And that means that we have guaranteed loss of Devil Deal. Emperor's Machine again. Hey, at least we can get down to Whore Babylon again. That's good. 9 lives, of course, gives us 9 lives. And then Guppy's Tail is going to increase the chance that we gain a chest every time that we clear a room at the expense of keys spawning. But with Mom's Key here, though, Mom's Key usually offsets the downside of Guppy's Tail to the point where it actually almost negates it completely. And it's good. And you can actually start balling out of control if you get some golden chests that pay out like huge dividends. Very rare for us to get a key here when we have Guppy's Tail. Of course, we're 2 or 3 of Guppy now, and we've got Goat Head, so maybe we'll get a cat. Maybe. I believe in little Sissy. Sissy's already blessed us on the 2nd floor. Ace of Clubs gives us bombs. Anything on the ground. We should go check the mob trap room. By the way, the spacebar item we got is the Crystal Ball. The Crystal Ball is what gave us the map compass effect. One of the best spacebar items in the entire game, period, point blank. If there's an item that you want to avoid, like a premier S tier item that you want to avoid, then look for a Crystal Ball, because it is absolutely worth it. Now, theoretically, it's also supposed to be paying out with like soul hearts, but it's not yet. So, no. I really wish it would, because we definitely could use a little bit. You're either going to get a soul heart or a tarot card every time that you use the Crystal Ball. We should do these chests because, again, we have Mom's Key. Just need to be careful that we don't pick up any red hearts, because we don't want to lose Whore Babylon right now, because that's going to be a majority of our damage. And remember, the more damage that we have at our base level is going to be far more damage that Sissy's able to use. You saw she just one-shot that Diglett there. So we get stronger, Sissy gets stronger. It's that simple. She's just waltzing around. She's styling on them haters. Alright, so that was definitely worth it. I'm going to have to clear 2 huge rooms before we are able to get to the store in both of our item rooms. We definitely need tears now. Tears rate, shot speed is very important. That one must have fell short. There we go. We did get a Black Soul Heart from there. We'll get Mom's Bottle of Pills, which of course I won't be using, but I'll touch them just so they don't ever show up again, ever. Hopefully ever. There's actually no reason for us to do the long straight room there, because we need to go to the secret room, and we still have to go above it anyway, and there's nothing else. Like, we're not going to be able to profit from doing anything in there. It's just a waste of time. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass that by going through the secret room, because like I said, we're going to go up there anyway, due to the placement of our shop and our item room. Yeah, sure, take it. An Emperor card, of course, it's always huge. You see how powerful it is to have crowd control in Isaac. Even slowing them down a little bit really, really opens up the possibilities for you to sidestep stuff. You don't have to worry about incoming projectiles that much. Just work on your positioning, and the Nightlight will take care of you. Of course, I can't do anything about creep spread. Again, another quad champion little, triple champion little Monstro room, which I'm really hating the game for doing right now. And our streak of getting spacebar items in our item room continues here. Like every other item room that we get is like guaranteed to be a spacebar item. So we're gonna, in other words, we're gonna have to rely on our deals with the devil on this run. You know, Mom's Key again is gonna make all chests yield more items. Not even gonna think about it. Go straight for the soul heart and the key. Just a horrible reroll. Champion belt, always good. I'm gonna say we don't technically really need that playing card, because like I'm not going to take anything over the Emperor card at this point. We don't need a Joker card. The only time we would ever want a Joker card is in the Cathedral or the chest, and we've got a long way to go until we're there. Tinted rock right here. Small rock would actually, I probably wouldn't take small rock. One of the rare times that I wouldn't indulge. Let's see what we get from our bosses. I really hate turning down damage like that, but you gotta remember it's gonna slow down our movement speed by a whole lot, and we're already not moving the greatest. I'm talking about not. By the way, I'm talking about our non-Horror Babylon movement speed. With the curse activated, of course, we are moving better. I mean, 1.33 is always gonna be better than 1.03, but. Besides that, you know, there's things to consider when you're talking about risk-reward. Let's see what we get from our bot. If we just get nothing but HP, then I have to take Small Rock. If we actually get a reasonable tears up or shot speed up, then, or movement speed up, then, you know, there's a greater chance that we're going to take Small Rock than not. But you have to be careful. We're not in a hurry to take Small Rock right now. Let's weigh our options and see if it's worth it or not. That's what smart Isaac players do. Not smart Isaac players get lazy and leave a bunch of red hearts on the first floor in a run that totally is not won. At the time, anyway. You doing great, Sissy. Keep it up. Go get him, little Sissy. Well, there's shot speed. Unfortunately, that throws off our Horror Babylon now. So now you really get to see how slow we are. I've been focusing more on the game for commentary reasons than going off on tangents lately because, A, we've had some pretty trash runs in the last couple of days. And also, I feel since the Doomsday episode, I haven't really been playing all that great of Isaac. So I feel like I need to concentrate more on the game right now. And I need to up the quality of my play. Get the Halo, which is huge. That pretty much guarantees we're going to go take Small Rock. And we get the Pact as well. Thank you, Sissy. Don't really need Shop Key. I'd rather stick with Petrified Poop. Even get Euthanasia as well. There we go. So take the Pact. It's going to give us huge damage up. Not huge, but, I mean, it's still damage. It brings our damage up even further. And also a big tears up. And Small Rock's going to take us down to almost 5 tier delay. You see there, it did cut our movement speed by 0.20. Small price to pay considering the upgrades we got. And we've got ourselves a good run here, Sissy. Okay. Those shots came out way faster than I was expecting. Gotta say, Guppy's tail doing good job for us so far, outspawning its golden chests. Technically, you don't really want golden chests as Guppy's if you have Guppy's tail, but if you have mom's key combo with, then you definitely want it. Okay, there's a dice room here. Okay, it's gonna be greed. So what that does, that tells us that we don't have to worry about fighting a mini boss in our store. See how important getting that shot speed was, although we just picked up a red heart. So hopefully we find some sort of temperance machine to undo that, since we are going to lose the curse here. I mean, I guess I can't really complain considering that the last spacebar item we took in the item room was the crystal ball, but like, seriously, game. Seriously. Can we just not get a spacebar item once in our item pool? I'm not going to take the ladder here. I think I'm just going to put some money in the deposit bank, donation bank. I would love to. What I get for scratching my eye. I would love to get Guppy here, if possible. But I re-roll this run. That's an interesting thought. I probably would not re-roll this. I don't know why I said it like that. I probably wouldn't re-roll this. Namely because, like, passing up 9 lives and the pact and Guppy's tail and mom's key is, like, to me, would be foolish. And of course, we also have Little Sissy. If you re-roll Little Sissy, she won't mind. She understands. She's happy that you found a strategy that works for you. Is Dango and Pin? Who is this? No. Dango and Frail. Talking about your odd couple here. And we want to get Dango out of here fast as possible. There we go. I'm pretty sure Forsaken's Brimstone Beam would have just murked, taken out Dango anyway. We get yet more Red Heart HP. Have we gotten an HP upgrade from every single boss so far? Besides the Halo? I mean, technically the Halo's an HP upgrade. And we get Brimstone. It must be my Birthmas. Thank you, Sissy. Little Sissy doing it up big time. Brimstone, of course, being my favorite item in the entire game, as everyone is aware. But if you weren't, it's my favorite item in the entire game. I love Brimstone. What more can you say about it? It's got damage, it's got firepower, it's got range, it's got everything you ever wanted. It's got tier synergies that you wouldn't believe. Probably the most recognizable. Here's our apology love letter to Tough Love yesterday, by the way. It's got the style, it's got the class, and it's got the firepower to really bring it brings a new level of awesomeness to any run in Isaac. Moon card, it gets us out of the mom fight, not that we care. And I think we're just gonna play it safe and go for HP here. And that'd be that, little sissy. I would love to get... Would have been awesome to get jumper cables. I mean, we still technically, I guess, could. But do we need it? Nah. Nah, we don't need it. We've got Sissy. We've got Brimstone. We've got the Pact. We're 2 or 3 for Guppy. We still have Goat Head as well. Don't forget about that. So, if this wasn't a 1 run before, even though you probably should have thought it was because I told you, 9 lives is pretty much a done deal. But in case if you weren't sure, be aware that we are in good hands now. A luck upgrade there. Tough Love, to my knowledge, doesn't actually interact with Brimstone at all. Yeah, there we go. No. See if we can get 2 more cents so we can get jumper cables. Jumper cables will be awesome with the crystal ball. That would on every 15 things that we defeat, we will gain 1 charge on our spacebar item. And obviously, having a spacebar item that is also an HP generator like the crystal ball is pretty big. There it is. So that's huge. Huge McHuge face here for the crystal ball. I think we'll head on down. It did look like that the 9,000 streak of the mosh pit may come to an end. Saturdays are weird, man. Saturdays you would think that we would have the most people liking and doing that stuff on Saturdays, but that's actually not true at all. The likes really fall off on Saturdays. That's been the it's been the trend for the last couple of months now for the like streak. You can always expect the like streak to drop a little bit on Saturdays, but the Sunday crowd comes back from the mosh pit and they make up for it. I'm gonna take Infamy here to get a little bit of extra defense. Gonna be lazy and also just check the boss trap room here. Yeah, might as well. Again, always open red chest last if you can help it. Yeah, this damage is pretty good. It's not like crazy good, but it's pretty good. It's definitely adequate to get the job done against any boss in the game. It's a good feeling to be in this spot here, considering like how not okay our start was. Do we need Guppy to win this run? No. I wouldn't say that we need Guppy, necessarily need him, but it would be nice to get him. I'm not going to do a victory lap today, by the way. Again, the aforementioned, it's super duper late right now. I shouldn't even be on the microphone, but I got done with the birthday stream, the 2-part birthday stream, a little bit later than intended because we were playing Sea of Thieves at the end, and we were having a lot of fun with that. And then I had to eat because, of course, I haven't eaten all day.
2 of clubs.
And Lord knows if there's one thing I need to do more of in this world, it's going to be eat. I'm getting my girlish figure, it's starting to wither away. Not true at all. Thank you for me. Oh my goodness, and we get Steven. Alright, Sissy, look away. It's not this isn't your real dad, don't worry. It's a cardboard cutout, Sissy. Notice how Sissy's not attacking Daddy Longlegs. Blood Clot, which is not Chemical Peel. That's not Juice's shadow. That's my shadow, and we'll head on down. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the likes do trail off at the on every Saturday. I postulated that it had something to do with the fact that people go out and do stuff on the weekend, but that doesn't really hold true anymore. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, but they've been pretty prevalent for the last couple of months, and I think that we're all kind of tired of them. We got a long way to go to Mom's Heart, which is my favorite Guns N' Roses album. I actually don't like Guns N' Roses at all. At all. I went to school and grew up with buddies who absolutely, like, worshipped Guns N' Roses. And I can honestly say that I've never truly enjoyed. I've acted like I like a couple of their songs, but I really don't. This is gonna be a real hot take for some people. Maybe not. I don't know. I actually did not enjoy and do not enjoy hair metal or hair rock. You know, big hair rock. We have another term for it, but I'm not gonna say it on the microphone. Talking like 80s hair bands, you know, and Guns N' Roses isn't necessarily an 80s hair band. But they sort of fall into the same classic rock genre for me in terms of like how I feel about them. It's the same way I feel about 80s hair metal bands. You know. Now, inevitably someone's going to say, well, Metallica is an 80s hair metal band. I don't know if I can agree with that. Just because they have long hair doesn't necessarily... That's not the only defining factor of their sound, you know. Like, when I think of hair metal, I think of, like, Poison. I think of, like... Scorpions, maybe not, maybe a little bit less than Scorpions. Motley Crue for sure. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about 80s, you know. Let's just call it C-Rock. Croc? Yeah, let's call it Croc. 80s Croc. There you go. It's just not appealing to me. I mean, like Guns N' Roses, they have some decent songs. I would just never go out of my way to listen to a Guns N' Roses song. Same thing holds true for a Beatles song, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin. You know, I understand how great they were for music. I'm certainly not going to disrespect them like that. It'd be disingenuous for me to say something to the effect of there's been more important figures than some of the names I've listed. However, I would not consciously ever buy an Eric Clapton album or an Eagles album or, you know, a Jimmy Page album. You know, it's just I wouldn't. I'm just not a fan of the music. I'm just not. When I was really young, all of that type of music was lost on me because I didn't experience music in Bermuda that much. Not to say that my family wasn't cultured or anything, and I took music class. I was never experienced to like American pop culture music, you know, in the 80s. That's the that's the thing about the 80s and the 70s and the 60s is that, you know, they all had their own brand of music, and even though I wasn't alive for any of them, it like I mean, it wasn't alive. I wasn't around for any of them. Like, even if I was, I wouldn't be like, oh man, I'm so glad that I caught Guns N' Roses in their heyday, you know, in their hair day, you know. Like, I've never been that attached to any of the rock music from back then. They might ask, so you might be asking yourself, well, are there any 80s songs you like? Yeah, I actually really like a lot of the 80s pop. I like 80s pop music better than I like 80s croc. You know, like I'll listen to Iran by by Flock of Seagulls a billion times before I listen to, like, Welcome to the Jungle 5. You know? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I love 80s pop music. Which is so crazy, man, because, like, I used to hate it. I really did. I was like, wow, this music sucks. But no, it's, you know, throw on some Journey. I'm not a huge fan of Journey, but they've got a couple of songs I like. Rush, I'm not a huge fan of Rush either, but again, they've got a couple of songs I like. You know, we got the Police. You know, you got your, oh, not really Billy Joel, but you got your Stevie Wonders. You got your Michael Jacksons. I mean, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I've already told people that. Everyone knows I'm a big MJ fan. Give me 80s pop music over 80s crock any day. But that's not the same for Metallica, though. The thing is that I wasn't listening to Metallica way back then. I didn't even get into Metallica until Load came out. So anyway, thank you all again for making this weekend amazing. Again, no victory lap today. I'm actually kind of a little bit peeved that we didn't even get Guppy. It's kind of ridiculous considering, but I guess also considering that we didn't actually get a Guppy item in our Devil Deal in the first place. So, but you know what? It was a run with Little Sissy. We had Sissy, we had Brimstone. What can you really complain about? The answer? Absolutely nothing. Thank you for the support, everybody. Check out today's Animal Crossing video. You're going to really, really like it. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. Helps out a great deal on YouTube for all of your favorite content producers here. If you didn't, click the dislike button. It also does the same thing. If you do happen to see a post-video survey, kindly consider putting 5 stars on it. It's another great way to support your favorite channels here on YouTube. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody.